Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and I figured I would make another retro wrestling review. And with it being April, I decided that I would review a retro Backlash pay per view like I did last year during April. And so, yeah, I decided that I would make a review for Backlash 2001. So, this is a pay per view I really don't hear a lot of people really talking about a lot. Yeah, when it comes to like backlash shows and just like pay per views in general, I don't really hear this one really being brought up a lot, especially like during pay per views during this time. Yeah, I guess like with this like being the pay per view, just like the very next pay per view following WrestleMania that year, of course with WrestleMania 17, and I guess like people like really he didn't really give this show very much attention since it was just coming off the heels of WrestleMania. The show took place only like 4 weeks after WrestleMania 17, and of course, WrestleMania 17 is regarded by many to be the greatest WrestleMania of all time and just like such a phenomenal show. So I guess like people were really like focusing on that show and really like not really giving this show a whole lot of love. But really, really think that this show really does deserve more attention because I really do think that this is overall a pretty good show. I mean, yeah, this was like just like I said, this was coming off the heels of WrestleMania, just like 4 weeks before, and yeah, and a lot of people do say that this was well, not a lot of people, but I've seen like some people say that this was the first post Attitude Era pay per view in the WWF, but no, it wasn't because yeah, there are people that say the Attitude Era ended at WrestleMania 17, but no, this was still during the Attitude Era. Like the Attitude Era didn't end until WrestleMania 18. Like WrestleMania 17 was just like when the Attitude Era was starting to end because there's yeah, because after WrestleMania 17 there were still like a lot of elements of the Attitude Era still around. The Attitude Era didn't come to a full end until WrestleMania 18. So yeah, this was still during the Attitude Era as it was ending. And so yeah, but yeah, this was overall a pretty good show. I mean, I really you can't really see like too much that really is not good on the show. I mean, there probably is just like one match that really is like not very good. Everything else is still at least enjoyable. Well, and yeah, there are even like a few matches on the show that are really, really good, and like there's like a real forgotten gem on this pay per view as well. So I mean, just yeah, just like with one match that really is not very good, but even then it's not a horrible match, and everything else is still at least enjoyable. I mean, yeah, I really find it hard to really not say that this is a good pay per view because yeah, there is a lot of good stuff on the show, and it is just a very enjoyable show. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the show before, I would say that it is at least worth a watch and worth checking out. And of course, like this show also does have one of the biggest, biggest like OMG moments ever. And yeah, if you like know the show, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to get to that in this review. Yeah. All right, but yeah. So okay, so let me just talk about the card on the show. All right. So, the first match of the show was a six-man tag team match. It was all three Dudley boys, Bubba, Devon, and Spike, versus the three members of X Factor, X-Pac, Just Incredible, and Albert. And, yeah, I did think that this was overall a pretty decent opener. Yeah, yeah, I really was not a fan of the X Factor team. I mean, I just really did not like the team at all. I really felt that, after DX disbanded, X Pac's career it really like declined big time. Yeah, and I just really didn't like this team. Yeah, but yeah, this was a pretty decent and entertaining opener. Yeah. I mean, I thought that like both teams did like get like enough offense in the match. Like it was a back and forth a match. But yeah, I did like early on in the match how Spike Dudley and tried to go for a Dudley dog on Albert, but Albert countered it and just like threw Spike off. Yeah, I did like that. And yeah, it was just back and forth action between like the two teams. Yeah, and yeah, it was like entertaining. Like X Factor was like going for like some cheap shots in the match, and then yeah, the Dudley boys then were battling back as well. Well, and then yeah, then towards the end of the match, uh, Bubba then was like beating down like the X Pac and Just Incredible, but then as Bubba was like trying to charge Just Incredible, Just Incredible moved out of the way, and Bubba like just ran right into the turnbuckle, and then uh both X Pac and Just Incredible then like hit a double super kick on Bubba Ray Dudley, and then yeah, X Pac was then able to pin Bubba Ray Dudley, and then X Factor ended up getting the win. Yeah, and then afterwards, yeah, X Factor then was gonna try to put Bubba through a table, but then yeah, all the Dudley boys then just like fought off X Factor, and then they were able to 3D X Pac through a table. So yeah, so X Factor gets the win, but yeah, the Dudley boys still like got the last laugh, and then yeah, they're still like triumphant over X Factor here. So yeah, it was a pretty decent opener. So I give that probably like around 2 3/4, 3 stars, somewhere in there. Yeah. Yeah. And then next up, then we had the hardcore title on the line, Rhyno defending against Raven. And yeah, this was a surprisingly really good match. I mean, this is what I was talking about. This is the real gem on this show. I mean, really just yeah, nobody talks about this match, but yeah, this was like a really, really good match. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the hardcore division really at this time, it really was yeah, it was like really not very interesting at the time, but yeah, there were like some gems of hardcore title matches during this time, and yeah, this was one of them. Like yeah, this was just like a really, really entertaining hardcore match. I mean, it was only like 8 minutes, but yeah, for the 8 minutes that it lasted, it was just like a really, really good. Like there was a lot of weapon use in this match. I did like it. How they were fighting on the outside of the ring, and then like a Rhyno sat Raven down in a steel chair, and then Rhyno positioned the steel steps like towards Raven, and then Rhyno was like tried to run up the steps and then just like dive onto Raven, but yeah, Raven ended up like moving out of the way, and yeah, Rhyno then just hit the chair, and then yeah, then Raven then just like ran up the stairs and then dove onto Rhyno. Yeah. And yeah, there was just like a lot of weapon use in this match, from like garbage cans and road signs, and yeah, all like the weapons that you like see in a hardcore match. Yeah, and yeah, and then even like Rhyno brought in like a Raven's shopping cart that he always brought down when he had hardcore matches, and yeah, even that was used as a weapon in the match. Yeah, yeah, and so yeah, and yeah, this was really just like a really, really good match. I mean, yeah, just former ECW guys just having a hardcore match in the WWF. Just what would you really expect? I mean, yeah, yeah, just yeah, it really did just show like how great like these guys really were at like being like extreme, really. Yeah, and then yeah. And then at one point, like towards the end of the match, Rhyno then like tried to go Raven, but Raven moved out of the way, and then Rhyno then just like went right into like the shopping cart, and then yeah, Raven then just as Rhyno was stuck in the cart, Raven just like nailed the Rhyno with like the kitchen sink. Yeah, yeah. But then yeah, in the end of the match, as Raven was like trying to use the kitchen sink again, then Rhyno then hit a gore on Raven and pinned him. So yeah, Rhyno won the match, and Rhyno retained the hardcore title. But yeah, this was just a really, really good match, and yeah, a real forgotten gem. Like this match really does deserve with a lot of praise. Like, if you haven't seen this match before, check this out, because yeah, this is just like a surprisingly good hardcore match. So yeah, so I would give that probably like 3 3/4. Like it was a really, really good hardcore match for the 8 minutes that it lasted. Yeah. Yeah. And then next up, then we had really like the only match that really was not very good on the show. Next up, we had William Regal versus Chris Jericho in a Duchess of Queensbury rules match. Yeah, of course, like this was like a match that was in William Regal's favor, and yeah, even like William Regal even brought the Duchess of Queensbury to the show for the match. Yeah, And yeah, this match it really wasn't that good. I mean, it was just like more like a comedy like match to really give Regal an advantage and stuff. Yeah, because everybody went into the match with a blank mind. Like nobody knew like what the Duchess of Queensbury rules really were. So yeah, but the match just started off just very like standardly as if it was just like a regular match. But then yeah, during the match, like whenever like Chris Jericho like had the match won, like the Duchess then would like reveal some rules of the match. Like there was one point where Chris Jericho actually did seem like he was gonna have the match won after he hit a lion salt on William Regal, but then yeah, the belt then just rang, and then the Duchess then like revealed that there were rounds and the time limit for round one expired. Then yeah, and then at another point in the match, uh, Chris Jericho actually got the walls of Jericho and William Regal tapped out. But then yeah, then there was another rule announced that you couldn't win the match by submission. And yeah, and then at another point, William Regal nailed Chris Jericho with the Duchess's scepter, and then yeah, the referee called for the bell to disqualify William Regal. But then it was like announced another rule was that there were no disqualifications. So yeah, and yeah, that just like went on throughout this match. Like whenever like Chris Jericho like had the match won, there were rules announced on how Chris Jericho couldn't be declared the winner that way, or like it would cost him the win right there. So yeah, and even the match itself, it just really wasn't very good. I mean, it wasn't like totally boring, but yeah, it just like compared to like the match that they had at WrestleMania, it just really was not as good. Like the action wasn't as entertaining at all, and yeah, it just really like was very average action. Yeah, and then finally, Chris Jericho then just like went after the Duchess, and he brought the Duchess in the ring and then put her in the walls of Jericho. And then William Regal then just nailed Chris Jericho with the steel chair a few times and then pinned Chris Jericho. So yeah, and even like it was. As Howard Finkel announced Regal as the winner, he even said, according to the Duchess of Queensbury rules, here is your winner, William Regal. So yeah, it was a rule that William Regal would win the match. So yeah, but yeah, this match it really wasn't good, and yeah, the match itself, like the concept was just dumb. I mean, I know it was made for comedy, but still, just yeah, it was just like pretty dumb comedy. So yeah, so I'd give that match probably like 2.25. And then next up, then we had Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit in a 30-minute Ultimate Submission match, and yeah, I mean, it's Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, right? So, yeah, this match it was once again such an awesome match right here. Yeah, I mean, of all the Kurt Angle Chris Benoit matches, I think that this one may probably be their weakest match with each other, but yeah, it was still like really, really, really good. Yeah, so yeah, this was a 30-minute Ultimate Submission match. It was basically just like an Iron Man match with submissions only. Yeah, yeah, and so yeah, they were just like battling it out for 30 minutes. Just like there were a ton of submission attempts in this match. Yeah, oh, yeah, around like early on in the match, probably like 5 minutes in, they were fighting on the outside of the ring, and Chris Benoit actually had Kurt Angle in a crossface on. He's on the outside of the ring, and Kurt Angle was tapping, but that didn't count because yeah, the match was not was not false count anywhere or anything. Like he actually had to be in the ring for the submissions. And yeah, it took a little bit for like a little bit in the match for there actually to be any submissions. I don't think that the first submission wasn't until like about like 10 minutes into the match, and yeah, when Kurt Angle got Chris Benoit to tap out to a leg lock, and so yeah, Kurt Angle scored the first submission. But then shortly after, Chris Benoit tied it with a armbar on Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle tapped, and then yeah, it was tied at one submission apiece. But then yeah, Kurt Angle then eventually he then regained the lead after he got an ankle lock on Chris Benoit, and Chris Benoit tapped, and then Kurt Angle was up 2-1. But then yeah, just like instantly after that, then Kurt Angle then like had a crossface on Chris Benoit, and Chris Benoit tapped out again. So yeah, Kurt Angle was up 3-1 in the match with like 19 minutes left in the match. Yeah, yeah, and then it was just like continued to be like back and forth action between them. Like Chris Benoit was like trying to get some more submission holds on Kurt Angle to get him to tap, but yeah, it was a no avail. Like he tried a sharpshooter in the match, and he tried the armbar a couple other times in the match, and yeah, just stuff like that. So yeah, there was a lot of submission attempts in this match and a lot of submission holds used in the match, but yeah, there were more than just submission holds used. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then with like 5 minutes left in the match, Chris Benoit then finally was able to battle back, and Chris Benoit then got Kurt Angle and a half Boston Crab, and Kurt Angle then like tapped out, and Chris Benoit then like had two, so yeah, Angle was still up 3-2, but then with like 2 minutes left in the match, Chris Benoit tied it up when he got Kurt Angle the ankle lock, and Kurt Angle tapped out. So then yeah, it was tied at 3 submissions apiece with 2 minutes to go. Oh yeah, and yeah, they then like were trying to like really get each other to really submit in the remaining 2 minutes, but then yeah, Kurt Angle then like had Chris Benoit in the ankle lock with like 20 seconds left, and yeah, Kurt Angle was just like trying to really get Chris Benoit to submit, but time expired before Chris Benoit tapped out. Yeah, so yeah, time expired with the 3-3 time, and then the referee then decided to have the match go into sudden death. To declare a winner. So then, yeah, they were like fighting for like about another minute and a half, and then Kurt Angle then like tried to go for like a Kurt Angle like had a Kurt Angle had Chris Benoit in a guillotine to try to submit it, but then yeah, Chris Benoit was able to like counter it, and then Chris Benoit got Kurt Angle in a crossface, and then yeah, Kurt Angle and tapped out, and so yeah, Chris Benoit ended up winning 4-3 in the match. So yeah, like I said, out of all the Kurt Angle Chris Benoit matches, I think this one is probably their weakest one with each other, but yeah, it is still like a really good to great match. So so I would give that match probably like 3 3/4. Yeah. Yeah. And then next up, then we had Shane McMahon versus The Big Show in a last man standing match, and yeah, this was pretty good as well. I mean, yeah, this was still like during the Vince and Shane feud, not like with the invasion, it wasn't the invasion yet, but yeah, this was like still like during their feud. Like of course, like they had their match at WrestleMania, and their feud was still going on here, and Vince McMahon like was using The Big Show to beat Shane down, and so so Vince like made this match with Vince and not Vince, Shane and Big Show in a last man standing match here. Yeah, and yeah, I actually did really like this. Yeah, at first like Shane was really able to really like hold his own against Big Show. Like Shane was able to like beat a Big Show with a kendo stick and then a steel chair. Here, yeah, and then Big Shane then tried to like chloroform Big Show or something, and then it looked like that was gonna knock out Big Show, and then as Big Show like seemed to have passed out, as the referee was like counting Big Show down, and then Vince ended up interfering and then just nailed Shane with the chair a couple times. Yeah, and then then Big Show was then like recovering, and then as Big Show was getting back up, it looked like Shane was going to be counted it out. But then Big Show then just ended up picking up Shane, just continuing to beat him down some more. And that just happened throughout the match. Like when it seemed that like Shane was going to get counted out, Big Show just like kept picking Shane up to beat him up some more for Vince. There was one time where Shane actually did get up on his own and beat the 10 count. But most of the times it was just a Big Show like constantly picking Shane up and beating him down some more. Yeah. And then at one point as Big Show then like had a Shane in a backbreaker, Test ended up interfering and attacking Big Show. Because on the previous SmackDown before this, Big Show had really brutally beaten Test down in the backstage area. So yeah, Test was out for revenge here to get payback on Big Show. So yeah, Test got involved and it was just a fighting with Big Show trying to help Shane. Yeah, and then yeah, Big Show then like was continuing to fight with Test all up the entranceway. Yep. Yeah, and then as Big Show was fighting with Test, then Shane ended up recovering and tried to go after the Big Show again. But then, yeah, Big Show then armed himself with a pipe and chased after Shane with it. And then Shane then like was climbing up one of the staging structures to try to get away from the Big Show. And Big Show tried to give chase to Shane, but yeah, Test ended up just attacking Big Show some more. And then yeah, he got Big Show down. I don't know, a like the like a wooden floor panel or whatever, and then Shane. Then of course we have this huge like OMG moment here where like when Shane is like at the top of the structure, he then ends up diving down onto the Big Show, giving him an elbow drop. Option just like that was truly like a huge like jaw-dropping OMG moment. Like what in the hell? Yeah, it was similar to like what Shane tried to do to Kane at Unforgiven 2003, only this time Shane actually succeeded. Unlike Unforgiven 2003 where Kane moved out of the way, here Shane actually did succeed. Yeah. And then yeah, Shane ended up getting like just knocked out from it, the impact as well. And then as the referee was counting both of them down, Test then helped Shane up and then just like use a camera crane to really like keep Shane standing. And then yeah, the Big Show ended up getting counted out, and yeah, Shane ended up being declared the winner. So yeah, Shane McMahon defeated the Big Show. So yeah, so I really did like the match overall, and just yeah, that ending was just like a really awesome and just like a true OMG moment. So yeah, so overall I still did like the match, but yeah, the ending just really makes the match really just that much better. So yeah, I give that match probably like 3.25 somewhere in there. Yeah, it was still a good match. Yeah. Yeah. Then next up, then we had a triple threat match for the European Championship. It was Matt Hardy defending against Christian and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah. And yeah, I guess this was overall good. I mean, this was really just kind of like used as a buffer match between last man standing match and the main event. It was just really a match for people to really just kind of like calm down, regain their composure, go to the bathroom, and yeah, just like take a breather. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, this match was still overall good. I mean, yeah, this was Eddie Guerrero's rematch clause after he lost the European title to Matt Hardy on the previous episode of SmackDown. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not really quite sure why Christian was in this match. Yeah, but yeah, regardless, yeah, this was still overall a pretty good match. It wasn't really like Christian and Eddie Guerrero like just double teaming Matt Hardy throughout the match. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Christian and Eddie Guerrero actually did go at it in the match. Yeah, I mean, all three guys just like were going at it with each other. I thought all three guys looked just fine in the match. I mean, yeah, there wasn't none of the three of them did look weak. I mean, I think all three of them did get enough offense in. You know, yeah, yeah. At one point, like they were Christian and Eddie Guerrero were like trying to go for a Doomsday Device like move on Matt Hardy, but yeah, Matt Hardy was able to move and reverse it. But, yeah, he was able to like avoid Christian clotheslining him, and then just like tried to roll up Eddie Guerrero. Yeah. Then at one point, as Eddie Guerrero tried to go for like a Hurricane Rana onto Matt Hardy, Christian ended up holding on to Matt Hardy to prevent Eddie Guerrero from connecting with the Hurricane Rana. Yeah. Then at one point, as Matt actually like did get the upper hand on Christian Eddie Guerrero, then Edge ended up interfering, and as Matt Hardy was on the outside of the ring, Edge ended up spearing Matt Hardy as the referee was distracted. Yeah. And then Jeff Hardy ended up getting involved, then attacked Edge. Yeah. And then yeah. And then at one point, as the referee was like trying to get Edge out of the ring, then Jeff Hardy ended up hitting a swanton on Christian and Eddie Guerrero, and then Matt was then able to hit a twist of fate onto Christian, and then was able to pin Christian. Yeah, Matt Hardy won the match and retained the European title. So yeah, a pretty good triple threat. I mean, yeah, it was TV quality, but still, it was still solid action and a solid match. So yeah, I'd probably give that around like 3 stars as well. Yeah. And then we got the main event, and Stone Cold and Triple H versus The Undertaker and Kane. And in this match, Stone Cold was the WWF champion, Triple H was the Intercontinental champion, and Undertaker and Kane were the tag team champions. And in this match, all of the titles were on the line. So yeah, so I thought that stipulation was interesting. How they actually like did have like all the titles be put on the line in this match rather than just having it be just a tag team title match. Yeah, they actually did like have them the WWF title and the Intercontinental title on the line as well. So I thought that was interesting, and I think, to my knowledge, that is like the only time that they've ever done that where like they have like all the titles be on the line in a tag team match. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, this was a really, really good match too. Yeah, 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 it did start off kind of slow with like a Stone Cold and Triple H kind of like stalling, and then Undertaker and Kane finally going after them. Yeah, and of course, like this was like Stone Cold's first pay per view, like after he had turned heel and joined with Vince McMahon. So yeah, Stone Cold was kind of like the cowardly heel at this time, and yeah, he was kind of like being cowardly in the match and kind of like trying to back off from Undertaker and stuff. So yeah, that that yeah, this was just kind of like an example of like how Stone Cold's character really changed, and he was never really the same after WrestleMania 17. Yeah, but yeah, all that aside, yeah, the match itself, yeah, it was still like really good. I mean, yeah, once again, it had some really good back and forth action between both teams. Yeah. Yeah, you had Kane and not Kane and Undertaker. Kane's elbow was injured. Like his elbow was like heavily bandaged up for this match because Stone Cold and Triple H had injured Kane's elbow in the weeks prior to this match. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, this was still like really good. Like you had like just some really solid back and forth action between both teams. Yeah, it was like Undertaker. Stone Cold and Triple H like just targeting Kane's elbow in the match. Yeah, Kane was illegal for a good chunk of this match. Yeah, and I should probably mention that like how the WWF and the Intercontinental title were on the line in this match is that if Stone Cold and Triple H lost the match, whichever one of them like got pinned would have lost their title to whoever did pin them. So like if Undertaker would have pinned Stone Cold in this match, Undertaker would have won the WWF Championship. Or like if Kane pinned Triple H, Kane would have won the Intercontinental Championship, or vice versa. Like you get the drift. Yeah, 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 and yeah. Like I said, it was just like some really good back and forth action between the two teams. Yeah, they were like Stone Cold and Triple H were targeting Kane's injured elbow in the match. Yeah, at one point, as Kane was like on the outside of the ring, and the referee was distracted as Triple H was like going at it with Undertaker or something. Then Stone Cold then nailed Kane's injured elbow with a chair. Yeah, and then then there were like times in this match where Kane was really trying to make the tag to Undertaker, but Stone Cold and Triple H would prevent Kane from doing it somehow. Like there was one point where like they actually did pull Undertaker off of the apron. There was another one where they actually did pull Kane away. Hey, yeah, there were just like several different ways that they were like stopping Kane from making the tag to Undertaker in the match. Yeah, yeah. One point then in the match, Triple H then actually did give Kane the pedigree. But yeah, Undertaker broke up the pinfall before they could win. Yeah. Yeah, and then finally, at one point in this match, then Kane was able to finally make a tag to the Undertaker, but yeah, the referee like didn't see it because yeah, the referee like got a poke in the eye or something, and so yeah, the referee didn't see the tag. But yeah, when Undertaker came in, he like it was treated as a hot tag. He was attacking Stone Cold and Triple H, and then Undertaker then did hit a last ride Triple H, but then when he went for the cover, the referee like did not make the count because Undertaker like was not the legal man in the match because yeah, the referee did not see the tag. Yeah, and then as the the uh, Undertaker then was like in Earl Hebner's face about it. Earl Hebner was the referee for the match. Yeah. Then Triple H then like attacked Undertaker, and Undertaker accidentally like ran through Earl Hebner. Yeah. Oh, I should also mention, like, there was one point in the match where, like, Stephanie, of course, who was at ringside with Triple H and Stone Cold, like, got on the ring apron and was, like, trying to distract Earl Hebner, and then Earl Hebner then just eventually, like, shoved her off of the ring apron. Yeah. Yeah, but then, yeah, like I said, Triple H then, like, ended up, like, attacking Undertaker, and Undertaker accidentally ran through Earl Hebner, knocking him out. Yeah. Then, yeah, Undertaker then was chasing Stone Cold through the crowd, and then yeah, they like fought up to like the electric to like the one of the electric areas in the is in the crowd, yeah, and then Kane and Triple H were continuing to go at it on in the ring, and then finally, like at one point, then like as Stephanie tried to get involved, Kane just kicked Stephanie in the face, knocking her out. Yeah, but then yeah, Vince McMahon then ran out, and then he ran out with a sledgehammer, and then yeah, Kane was uh, gonna chokeslam Vince, but then yeah, Vince then like tossed Triple H to the sledgehammer, and then Triple H then nailed Kane in the his injured elbow with the sledgehammer, and then hit him in the head, and then yeah, Vince then like threw the referee back in the ring, and then yeah, Triple H was able to pin Kane, and yeah, Triple H and Stone Cold won the tag team titles. So yeah, so I do question why they even did like do this the stipulation with all the titles on the line if Stone Cold and Triple H were just gonna win the tag team titles anyway. Like I did say that I did like the stipulation, but at the same time I also do question why they even did that stipulation if like Stone Cold and Triple H were just gonna win the tag team titles anyway. Like what was even the point of it? That I mean, you figure that they would have actually like taken advantage of that stipulation and have like Undertaker and Kane like win the match somehow and have one of them actually win the title from like Stone Cold or Triple H. Yeah, but yeah, they didn't go down that route. They just like had Stone Cold and Triple H win the tag team titles anyway. So yeah, so I do question what was even the point of the all the titles on the line anyway. But yeah, but it's nearly 20 years later. Like, what are we gonna do about it now? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Stone Cold and Triple H won the tag team titles, but yeah, of course, like through the next month, like this feud would continue. Like Stone Cold and Triple H ended up actually breaking Kane's arm, and they also did like do that hoax on like Undertaker's wife. Like yeah, and of course, like it would like lead to like them like having matches at Judgment Day the next month with Kane facing Triple H in a chain match for the Intercontinental title, which Kane won, and yeah, you also had Stone Cold and the Undertaker facing off for the WWF title in a no holds barred match. So yeah, so this feud would continue on for the next month as well. Also yeah, but yeah, this match overall, it still was like a pretty good match. Had some like really good back and forth action between both teams. It was an interesting yet pretty much useless stipulation as well. So yeah, overall a pretty good main event. So I would give that match probably like a 3.5 stars. Now, so overall, the show, I would probably give it around a 7.5 out of 10, maybe a 7.75, yeah, because just look at what I talked about, like yeah, you had like the gym with the hardcore title match on here, Angle versus Benoit, the main event, and like I said, and of course like the great moment with like Shane diving off the top of the entranceway onto the Big Show. So yeah, so you have good matches like that. So I really can't can't find really too much to complain about for the show. I mean, like I said, really the only thing that wasn't very good was the Regal Jericho match, but everything else was at least enjoyable. So yeah, so I really just can't find too much to complain about with this show. So yeah, I do think it is worth a watch. Like, if you haven't seen this show yet, if you have the time, check it out. All right, so yeah, so I guess that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, so I guess this is my review of Backlash 2001. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.